Hello, I'm Thomas Carruthers, and today we are joined by Jay Reef. Jay, to kick off our Fincher February, you joined us for our first episode. You will join us for our last episode. The first episode was Seven, a movie that you'd watched before, and that we both... Seven, indeed. Seven and Psychopaths. Seven Psychopaths, also very good.
That is a great.
Following now, The Game.
What do you get for the man who has everything?
Happy birthday, sir. Thank you, Maggie.
I don't like her. So what brings you to town, Conrad? Everything all right?
October 12th. Nikki's birthday. This is for you.
Consumer Recreation Services.
Call that number.
Why?
They make your life fun.
What are you selling?
It's a game.
A game?
Specifically tailored for each participant.
John, chapter 9, verse 25. Whereas once I was blind, now I can see. Now I can see.
One day, your game begins. You either love it or hate it.
Are you going to spend the rest of the evening prying at that clown's mouth?
Which is David Fincher's third film. The second one we're talking about here, go to our 7 episode, and I'll explain why we're not doing Alien 3. But this was a movie that you hadn't seen. What did you...
I knew nothing about it.
You knew absolutely nothing?
Absolutely nothing.
Mr. Van Orton, is everything all right?
Ah, Mr. Van Orton.
Have we met?
I believe so.
Why are you following me? Find out about a company called Consumer Recreation Services.
They won't stop, Nick.
He's in on it.
I paid the bill. I paid him more to make it stop.
I need the police. They're gonna break into my house. I'm being toyed with by a bunch of depraved children. They're trying to kill me.
Who's behind this? Who did this to me? Why?
This is all the game.
Stop!
Right now, I am extremely dangerous.
You're behind the whole thing, aren't you? No! They make your life fun.
Oh, that's exciting, because I feel like this is one of those twists that is known. I feel like the ballroom party image I've seen like on the thumbnail of many Watch Mojo, the best twists. Like, I feel like that's a known image, so I'm very happy that you knew nothing. We'll get to whether the twist work.
Twist movies.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
In case they spoil any good films now.
Yes, I'm at a point now where it is such a rarity that they do actually spoil something that I haven't seen that I get very annoyed. I get actively annoyed, and it's hubris. That is the tragedy of my life, is that I think I've seen everything, and then I unfortunately cannot. The Game. This is 1997. It's a movie that he's not actually very happy with. He said that there was lots of studio pressure, and that he never really got around to polishing it and finishing it the way he wanted. Watching it again yesterday, this is just pure Fincher to me, and I think it's a lot better actually than a lot of people give it credit for. I feel like this is sort of the underrated one now. I think people know how good Kill the Dragon Tattoo is. It's so dark that they don't return to it. But I think you could actively call it underrated. Did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy your first watch into The Game?
Yeah, I really loved it. I mean, I really love stories that kind of have this like feeling of like a secret kind of watching I controlling things like this, and then Eyes Wide Shut, and other films like that. Where there's, like,
I made the notes, and I think it was mainly the score. The Howard Shore score sounds exactly like the piece of classical music that they keep using in Eyes Wide Shut. The dun, 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 dun. And I wrote Eyes Wide Shut, and it was Michael Douglas running down an alley, and the soft piano underneath it, and I thought, yeah, he's going to bump into some Russian man, and he needs to buy a mask. You want the cloak, a red cloak. These were big guys. Love Eyes Wide Shut. Yes, I'm a big fan of the game. It combines two of my favorite things, David Fincher and Michael Douglas. One of my favorite actors, and also one of my other favorite things. And it's not weird because I schedule everything, but they won't have started yet. But this new year on the show, me and you are doing our top 50 Twilight Zone episodes as well. We're doing 50 special episodes. And for me, this feels a lot like a Twilight Zone. I think we could have a whole hour conversation about how maybe it doesn't make any sense at all. And certain things, are they real bullets? Are they blank bullets? If they're blank bullets, then how are they exploding the car windows? And I think we could do that for an hour. But for me, this movie works. It's a bit like a techno thriller Christmas Carol. It's a really sad, devastating ending when you actually get down to a granular level. And I think it's really dark and darkly comedic as well. I've got a particular favorite part which we'll talk about, but it is that I think people talk about Hitchcock, and they talk about Kubrick, and they talk about De Palma. Obviously, De Palma's aping a lot of Hitchcock, but they talk about that black comedy that is kind of the underriding thing that makes those films work. And people, like to be movie buffs and say, well, actually, Kubrick's really funny. And I don't think it's that not obvious. I think anybody who has watched a couple of Kubrick movies knows this guy's actually really funny. And it's that classic thing of, oh, should I be laughing? But very
If you watch The Shining with my older brother, you'd think it's a comedy.
If you watch The Shining with me, you think it's a comedy. You get a big surprise. Go to you. You get a big surprise. We did a screening of The Shining because for a Halloween party at our flat, the two of the women in the flat, Leanne and Jazz, were dressing as the Shining twins, and Leanne hadn't seen it, and I basically made it very known to her that I wouldn't allow her to dress up like the Grady twins if she hadn't seen the film, which was a big deal for her because she hates horror. I said, I'll tell you when to shut your eyes. I'll tell you when to shut your eyes. And we all watched it, and it worked. It's still, this sounds like the most stupid take in the world. The Shining's still a great movie.
No way.
But, there was limited groans. The only point of contention where people were weirded out and sort of thought it was dated was the use of the N-word. But for me, it's a conversation for the Shining episode, but that is where the movie turns on a dime and you go, oh, this is pure evil. This hotel is pure evil. But anyway, this isn't about The Shining. It's not about Eyes Wide Shut. It's about the game. In so many ways, I can understand if, he was pulled off early on. I can understand why Fincher would be slightly annoyed at this, maybe. But also, I think this is a pretty polished, exceptional piece of work.
I think his main issue when I Googled it earlier was the last act of the film. To the ending. Yes, we've got an alternate ending. But also, we'll talk about the alternate ending in Alternate Ending Corner. Okay, so it's was budgeted at 70 million, made 109.4. So a moderate, so a success, but perhaps not the big, huge success that they were expecting following Seven. It's sort of average. And then obviously we're into then Fight Club territory, and that was a very complicated but very huge hit commercially and critically. However, lots of people agree with us. YouTube comments. Oh, somebody's screaming next door. If you're looking at this comment section, wondering if this movie is worth a watch, trust me. For someone who was doing exactly that, watch this movie now. I'm honestly surprised how I've never heard of this movie before. This should be one of the mindfuck movie classics, up there with Interstellar and Inception. all along the movie, I was trying to predict what and where the plotline is heading, and holy fuck, I couldn't. 10 out of 10. Very true.
Yeah.
I don't know about Interstellar and Inception as being the ultimate mindfuck classics, but
also that's one thing I like, actually. I didn't get tired of all the twists until he got like the very end, the last twist.
Yeah.
Which I think is the point as well.
Yeah. I think, I think it does a good job of building and changing. Like when we get to, you know, I mean, we could have a whole we probably will, but about Deborah Carr-Unger in this, who's very good as Christine or Madeline or what, you know, whatever her name actually, Claire, I believe her name actually ends up being. It does a good. It's just really well structured, and it's the crazy things happening at the start, and it's like, oh, okay, it's crazy. It's like it's like super fun. There's the clown and the TV's talking, and there's all the graffiti, and then suddenly it changes again, and it's this sex game, and it's the cocaine that is being set up for his arrest, and now he's suddenly it's all illegal, and then he gets Deborah Carr-Unger on. And she's now telling him, oh, no, they're fleecing you. It's all a scam. And then, obviously, it comes to Mexico, and it's just rock bottom. And it really is that Christmas Carol thing. That's his Ghost of Christmas Future segment.
God. Was this stupid T-shirt?
Yes, and then Sean Penn. Wacky Sean Penn. Amazing performances, but if I were him, instead of realizing what an asshole I am, I would be furious to them for taking it so far.
Yeah. Well, you saw my reaction last night.
Why don't you tell the audience your reaction? It's just, you sent me a picture of Sean Penn holding the T-shirt, and your comment was...
Yeah. If my brother did this to me, I would fucking shoot him again.
And there is a big part of it of, wow, maybe taking it a bit far, Connie. I'm going to manipulate you into killing yourself so that you understand how terrible Dad's life was, and that you need to live. But also, you know, and then I just think it's such a weird way that he throws it away. He's like, you were just getting such an asshole. I had to do something. That's the reason. I thought it was going to be like, you know, he needs to, for me, it's not necessarily a big change, but he needs to say something like, I was losing you, man. You couldn't end up like Dad. No, you were such an asshole. I had to make you want to kill yourself, and then realize, and also, let's just be honest, the fall. I mean, beautiful, incredibly shot, and incredibly powerful, and haunting and fairy tale-esque. But he is definitely dead. I don't care.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
I don't care how much the breakaway glass. Nice little bit of ADR there. Close your eyes, sir. It's breakaway glass, but it can still hurt you, because somebody clearly realized he's fallen 5 feet. A lot more than 5 feet. Damn, I can't believe they made a whole movie on the phrase, it's just a prank, bro.
Oh my God.
It's not even a sad movie, but I cried at the end. It kept playing with my emotions. Lol. One of the best movies I've seen in a while. Would recommend. Yeah. Very sad movie.
Yeah.
However, not everybody is as positive as us. Terrible movie. These are the Katrina Unit 1-star review corner. The acting was very well delivered by Michael Douglas. The directing and storyline were also very interesting. But the ending is definitely the worst one I have ever seen in my life. If someone made me slowly go crazy, think I was being stalked, had me think I was shot at, I would be very angry. when obviously he isn't. He's emotionally devastating in it. I think it works really well.
Yeah.
An interesting concept ruined by several improbabilities. 1 star. It was totally unbelievable that a network commentator could be duplicated to say dialogue on demand, of course. The Michael Douglas character could be left trapped in a taxi and launched underwater with the expectation that he wouldn't be seriously injured or killed. 3, that his character could be expected to impulsively leap from a tall building in a suicide attempt and not be injured or killed. One knows the planning it takes for a professional stuntman to do this. Well, okay then. Yes, but I guess the big question is, does it matter?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I had all those thoughts, but I didn't care.
Yeah. I just think it works. It is Twilight Zone-y. It's these questions. It is so, yeah, you can say absurd. I think it reaches a level of absurdity. Well, we're going to talk, okay, I'll ruin a fun fact. So this was going to be like made in the 90s with Jonathan Mastow directing, who made Breakdown, which is good, and was going to star our boy Kale.
Wait, really?
Kyle MacLachlan. And Bridget Fonda as Claire. And I'm sure it'd be a really fun, pulpy 90s thriller, like Breakdown. But I think the Fincher Douglas stuff elevates it a little and makes it darker.
Me too.
And makes the ending more powerful and work as this. I mean, he kills himself, and then in like a second chance saloon, he's granted life again.
Yeah.
And I think Douglas is absolutely extraordinarily good in this.
Me too. Me too.
I am a huge Douglas fan, and usually, I mean, Fatal Attraction, Basic Instinct, it's that, you know, sweaty, cokey. I mean, obviously, Basic Instinct, he's coked up the whole time, but it's that frenetic. Oh fuck! I'm going to smoke 20 cigarettes, and you know, he's frenetic. Like Dan Gallagher in Fatal Attraction is just a guy. A terrible Weekend Stand, and now he's frenetic. This is so still, and we get a couple of moments of that not wackiness, that's undermining it, craziness, but it is that stillness, and the whole point of the film is getting Nicholas out of this rigidity.
Yeah.
That's a good word. 1 star, a cinematic abomination. Shamelessly manipulative. The worst aspect of this film is how the creators don't care to follow through on their convictions. They are clearly nihilistic. Instead of showing this, they play on the desire of the audience members for something coherent. I left the theatre with a feeling of physical violation of having had deprived intellect smeared across my brain. Too harsh? I don't think so. Maybe a little harsh. Maybe a touch harsh there.
Okay.
Which takes us into 10-minute stretch. Let's talk about the body of the film. I'm a sucker for the just coming to CRS and all the tests and, you know, learning what the game is and just how blasé and thrown off it is at the start. And it is a bit like Laser Quest or paintballing, and you're filling out all the forms, and it's just like, what is it exactly? And it's a game, and it's just so thrown off, and it's wonderful where it, of course, then goes into meeting Deborah Karunga and sort of getting locked out and that sort of 10 minutes, which is nice. And then Mexico, that rock bottom moment into the end. And I love when he kidnaps Rebhorn. Again, the New Moon Cafe and the picture on the wall, you know, it's a bit of a stretch, but still, when they get to CRS again, and there's everybody in the cafe, and they're going up on the roof. It just works so well. Coming into the
real gun. It's a real gun.
It's a real gun. Oh my God, Nick! Please, it's a real gun. We got real bullets up here. They're waiting behind that door with champagne.
Really convincing.
Very good. Yes, because I think at that point they've built up such a dark tone that and you've seen 7 at this point, that it's very, very, very feasible that that's the ending.
Yeah.
And then we're going to, just like 7, we're going to end on the bleakest ending ever. He's going to shoot his own brother and then kill himself like his dad. And I don't think people in 1997, I don't think are that shocked. I think they know that it's the guy who made 7. And I think it would probably be one of the critiques at the time. It'd be like, oh, this 7 guy just makes the darkest endings impossible ever. Oh, terrible.
I was spending the film trying to realize where I recognized Deborah Carr Unger from, and then Googled it, and it was the Silent Hill film.
You're not a fan of David Cronenberg's Crash, where James Spader and Holly Hunter? Very, very good. It's lots of people who like to have sex during car accidents. And
what?
Oh yeah. Great movie. Great movie. Yeah. Bizarre and fascinating, and bizarre. I think is the chief word.
Right.
Yeah, good movie. Which then they're my 10-minute stretches. Any other nominations, Jay?
I really liked the talking TV part.
Yeah.
I love creepy stuff like that.
Especially the creepiest thing he says, Nicholas Van Houten is deceased. And it's one of those slightly thrown away ones where he doesn't realize exactly what's happening. But very unsettling. Very unsettling. Very, very good. Very good stuff. Which takes us into Tom's weirdly specific favorite part of the film. I love the opening. At this point, the sort of 8mm old camera used for flashbacks is a bit of a cliche, but I can't pinpoint whether this is the first time. I don't think it will be, but here it's so very well done. And
reminded me of Sinister.
Yeah. Well, that's the point, isn't it? Like nowadays, it's a bit of a cliche. But here it works so, and again with that haunting Howard Shore piano score underneath it.
It's like the. Have you seen any of the TV show Succession?
No, I haven't as of yet. I have seen the opening titles though, because that theme is, as the kids call, a banger.
Yes.
But no, yes, Succession will be a project for next year. I have to plan. Well, no, you know what? I'm not going to lie. I'll probably just watch Mad Men again on the 1st of January. And then start again and come up with bullshit reasons. I love Sean Penn at the restaurant. Oh, they gave you a free jacket. I think they'll want that back. I love his dinner. I love the burger and the cupcake. I love little Ilsa, the nurse, the maid rather, leaving him a cupcake for his birthday. I love during the CRS tests, the car crash card, and his word is whoops.
Yeah.
I love him playing squash. That's just beautifully made and montaged and edited. Very, very beautiful stuff. I love Angry Douglas, like shot from afar through the windows and the rain, and him throwing his briefcase about after the meeting goes terrible with the publisher. I love water. I love water effects, and so the water slowly filling up the taxi is very visually pleasing to me. Very terrifying, but very, very, very pleasing.
Yeah.
Absolute great costume with the camel jumper and beige coat. That is like just a great look for our boy Mickey D. Very good. I love when he comes to see Deborah Carr Unger and she's talking to him. Oh, well, that sounds, they're watching. And the jump to her whispering works very well. I enjoy. And then he's just tired of it. No, who are you? And then the guns start. The bottle and the ice, probably my favorite part in the entire film. Who unscrewed this bottle? No, I want a sealed bottle, and I don't want ice in my drink. I want just a glass. I just want a glass. But also, I guess at that point, I mean, he is surely.
I don't blame.
surely he's just like, I can't even, this bottle of water, they could have got to this as well.
Yeah. End up in Mexico again.
And end up in yes. He just keeps getting sent to Mexico. just to keep going back. He goes, hi again. My name is Nicholas Van Orton.
But keeps waking up with like jewelry that he owned.
Just pawning off. It's like,
yeah.
I now have $17. I love him catching James Rebhorn at the zoo and Lionel Fisher, I love your work.
Yeah, that was great.
It's just like snapped, and I am so here for it.
Yeah.
And the cat, just a very Twilight Zone image for me. The real Twilight Zone image is the cafeteria, and it's all the faces of the people, and the taxi man, and the two people from the bar, and everything. That's just very haunting. Very much enjoy that. The fall
also
itself.
The guy at the end was the one from the airport that was staring at him.
And it's that thing, and it double look. He's like, oh. And then what I was talking about before, the haunting dark comedy image from that final party scene is James Rebhorn covered in blood with a party hat dancing, and it's just like surreal and haunting, and I think it really brings home how fucked up this all is. And she's just like, yeah, I've got a gig in Australia next week. And it's only a walk-on part this time, you know. I don't have to be the love interest and the...
No. Coffee?
Yeah. Doom, 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 doom. Great ending. Which takes us into Jay's more general or specific favorite parts of the movie.
I really like the bit when he walks in with only $17 into the diner.
Yeah.
And he's like, anyone driving to San Francisco?
And they all turn away.
Yeah. What? Oh, crap. I had one in my... Oh, yeah. All the different names that for CRS.
Yeah. California Regal Service. It's like, oh, God, no.
Cable... was it Cable Restoration Services?
Just great stuff. You'd think it's a bit like in Silence of the Lambs, where like every one of Buffalo Bill's aliases is JG. It's like Jabe Gum, John Grant, and you're like, surely you'd come up with a better system.
Yeah, I liked it though. I liked.
Oh no! I think it's really good.
Yeah. And the in the taxi.
And also, I think it's not drawn eyes to. It's like a little subtle thing. Apart from the taxi one, it's like little subtle things, like with the TV company. I think, whereas maybe in this other worse version, it would be yes. And
from the strikes.
I think it's just a pure elevation of material, and I think that's what makes the film so successful.
Also,
yeah.
I just realized that it was a bit ridiculous how fake her house was, but like knowing that it is actually all like set up to get him to the end, then that is obviously intentional. That you'd find out she's working with. Yeah, okay.
I guess it's her house. I've always thought with the when it comes to the bullets that you could pass it off and say they've rigged the squibs and they've rigged the house with the miniature explosives. The one that gets is the car windows. Like, how can you? I mean, of course you can rig them as well, but maybe that's step too far. But all in all, no, it works for me.
I liked him phoning the lawyer when he's at that cabin, and she's like, he's in on it.
Sutherland's in on it. Very good stuff. And then he's doing the woozy, ooh, taking a drink, ooh.
And then at the last party as well, I'm pretty sure it was Sutherland, who's like, I have no idea why I'm here, but
I have no idea what the hell is going on. Well, because he's not in on it, is he? Because when he does ring Sutherland, Sutherland goes, "Oh, the money's still there. You're fine."
Yeah.
So do we think it's that every number he calls, like the finance numbers, they've hacked the phone and they can redirect it and all that stuff? I guess that's the explanation.
Yeah.
I guess. But again, if we start questioning,
it's easy to intercept phone calls.
Oscar travesty. Soundtrack corner. We've talked about the beautiful Howard Shore score, the haunting piano. But also the use of White Rabbit twice. Very, not exactly subtle, but works.
No.
And
I didn't really love the score.
Didn't you?
To be honest.
Oh yeah.
No. It did the job, but it wasn't. For me, it wasn't really memorable compared to other Howard Shore scores.
Oh no, yeah, I can see that. I think for me, when it's most noticeable is actually in the first 20 minutes, and it's the sad film footage, and it's just 20 minutes of Nicholas's sad life and his sterile life.
I think that was the most it was in the film, really, for me, and then the rest was, I felt a bit standard 90s thriller.
Oh yeah,
music. Yeah.
Which takes us into Oscar travesty. I've not prepared it this week. I think it is a pretty base thriller. I don't think it is elevated all the way like Seven is, but I think in a better world we'd have a Douglas nomination. But we don't live in a just world. Which takes us into best single minute. I did my nominations first for 10-minute stretch. Have you got your nominations for best single minute?
Yeah.
Shoot.
So I thought the end twist was probably my favorite part.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was quite emotional, actually.
Yeah.
When he hugs his brother and stuff, and realizes like what the point of the game was.
Yeah.
Really. I thought I liked how tense the hotel room scene with all the pictures laying around and the coke and the flushing the toilet, which floods the bathroom.
Very frenetic,
was really great.
And very, very manically edited, and really gets, especially when he breaks the coke mirror glass, and he's cutting his hand, and it's that manic. Jesus, I'm fucked here.
Very panic
very
room
stuff. Yeah.
Saw. Yeah. What else? This should have been weirdly specific, actually, but when he first signs up for the game, and starts to suspect things, not before it actually starts, I don't think. He's like hearing people talk about it, and he's smiling.
Yeah.
Which up until that point, he wasn't really smiling about it, I think.
No. Yeah. He's like, oh, okay, this could be fun.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah. No, not gonna be fun.
And then it starts.
Yeah. I've got the taxi. I think that's just an excellently just a great bit of practical effects and tension, ramping. Very good.
I forgot about the break-in scene. Well, not break.
The graffiti. Yeah.
Graffiti in the house, and then the jump scare with his brother. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, very good. Just very good stuff. We've not really talked about Sean Penn in this yet. Two of my single minutes are the dinner with Conrad. The whole. I used to come here. I think I knew a maitre d'. No. It's like I used to come. I didn't know the accepted people. No, I used to sell. I used to buy crystal meth off the maitre d'. And you're like, okay, this guy was clearly off the rails, and now he's pretty good. Yeah. So who bought his game in London? Who are Conrad's friends that can afford all this money for his game? Or is it just a snake system? Is it literally the only person who can comprehend how effective the game is will be the people that play it? So it's like Conrad had it done for him and then he did it for Nicholas. Or did Conrad even do it? I think Conrad did do it because the way he's talking about him getting sober now, I think he did do it. But I don't know who got it for him.
I mean, he did die very convincingly.
Yeah, it's very good. And he's great when he bumps into him. He's a great actor, Conrad, when he does the whole mad bit. I'm a human pinata, they fuck you and they fuck you and they fuck you, and just when you think they've stuffed this with the real fucking starts. He's a really good actor in that scene.
I thought that like his character genuinely was an actor when they were talking about Connie. Yeah. Well, talking about him as Connie, like, oh no, they shot Connie, blah blah blah.
Yeah. Yes, yeah. Conrad. No, I think it's a lovely subtle bit from Deborah, first name basis now. But during the fake gun, oh my God, there's a real gun up here. There's a moment where she remembers that his brother's name's Conrad, and it's like, Conrad. Yeah. Conrad's out there. And it's really good, subtle stuff of what's the fuck, what's the brother's name? This guy's going to shoot me. Conrad. Yeah.
He's on the other side.
He's got champagne. Which takes us into best line. Well, I mean, you can't beat, I don't care if you've got a picture of me wearing nipple rings, bad fucking Captain Kangaroo.
I wrote, you don't know about society, Maria.
Yeah, just a cold bastard. It's very, very Christmas Carol. The orphan, the homeless and the surplus population. And like Scrooge says the most abhorrent things imaginable in the first 20 minutes. There goes $1,000. Your shoes cost $1,000. That one did. Just that one though.
I am extremely fragile right now.
I'm a big fan of, like, again, that dark comedy. This was the best one ever. And he goes, thank God you jumped, because if you didn't, I was supposed to throw you off.
Yeah, that was dark.
Dark and funny. But also, that would completely ruin the game. The game would not have the same effects if he was just, like, getting thrown off a building.
Yeah.
It's like... And he has to shout and go, this is like, oh, you're going to die like your dad. Where? It's like...
Is this a family tradition?
Yeah. Get Ilsa. Poor Ilsa had having a heart attack. I'm going to do it for Ilsa. She's been a great maid. What the hell is happening?
You treated Ilsa.
I just found myself lying naked on a beach near Ibiza, and all of a sudden it clicked. October 12th, Nicky's birthday. October 11th. But also, if he's I mean, you can have wild nights sober, but like, if he's sober now, why would he be laying naked on a beach near Ibiza?
True.
Who knows? The game is tailored specifically to each participant. Oh, sorry, say that again.
Well, unless he was lying, which, yeah, it was.
Could be. The game is tailored specifically to each participant. Think of it as a great vacation, except you don't go to it. It comes to you. Lovely stuff. Which then promptly takes us on to... let's get negative. What's the change? I've got a couple. I think the Jigsaw opening credits are a bit kitschy. I mean, I could do without that. I could do without that. The TV and the clown scene where he's like, there's a camera in this room. The fact that he doesn't realize immediately that it's the clown is ridiculous. It's like
walking out the room.
Colder. Come on, Michael. How does he not realize that Deborah Kara Unger's in on it?
Oh, I know.
I mean, that is
I'm
maybe
wearing
the most
pants.
stupid bit in the entire film, is that he doesn't realise immediately that she's in on it all.
I'm not wearing pants under this dress.
Why are they looking? Oh.
He was
For me,
probably, not thinking with his brain.
no, this could be true. I remember thinking, oh, the guy in the grey suit. I think I said the attractive man in the grey suit. He goes, oh no, it's Basic Instinct all over again. For me, I always thought the graffiti is just a bit shit. Like, what the fuck? Like, why? What is this? Like, come on, you've just you just set him up in a hotel room with pictures of prostitutes and cocaine, and now you've just put graffiti all over his walls. I'm just like, oh, come on.
Does he get his house back at the end?
Exactly. That is a very expensive house, and that is a lot of graffiti. And these industrial tech rave construction pillars and stuff. Visage, which then promptly takes us onto, I mean, he's not surviving the fall. And also, I don't care how many sets of questions you do, guessing their password, that's how you guessed it. You guessed your password.
Oh, yeah, that was bloody.
But it was, it works. Any changes, Jason?
I mean, I agree with the ones you said.
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked if it maybe kept up the mysterious atmosphere a bit longer.
Yeah.
Although, yeah. I mean, the switch to the shooting through windows, I think, was like, for me, a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that was fast. Now I'm watching an action thriller.
Yeah, and also, like, if they're the whole at that point in the game, it's like, oh, they need to get rid of them. They're like, it's solid. They need to get rid of you. It's like, if they're going to get rid of you, you need to do it a lot more covert than 20 SWAT guys. And also, I mean, we could just talk for hours on who's in the game. Is everybody in the game? Is the guy who comes out onto the porch and goes, I'm calling the cops. Is he in on the game? Is everybody in on the game? Who knows?
Maybe.
Everything's a game. Any other changes? Any other changes, Jack?
I don't know. No.
You don't have to have any changes.
I'm still not sure about the end.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll get to that. We've got alternate ending corner. We'll get to that. We talked about anything left from your notes.
Let me one sec. Let me get them back up.
Lovely throwaway line I enjoy. Does Rose Kennedy have a black dress? Just I'm going to be using that one. The appearance of the seven library FBI guy, who's also the Memento scumbag who runs the motel, and he's the guy at the cafeteria who just bolts. Good stuff. Anything left from your notes, Jay?
No. Just checked. I've already mentioned everything.
Yeah, splendid. Which then promptly takes us on to alternate ending corner, which we were just talking about. Okay, so we don't know whether it's one of the scripts. We don't know we don't know what draft it was, whether this was why Fincher was so annoyed or not. But basically, the other ending is him just getting out leaving the hotel, looking disillusioned, and just walking off down the street.
Okay. I don't...
And he's just like depressed because it's a very sad... Well, I have this in Tom's Big Question. How bad must that party looks great, but I don't know if I've just got to the point of suicide. If I'm going to be rocking and rolling, thank you for coming. Thank you. True. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming.
Don't let the door hit you on the way up.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. But yes, yes. So hence we come to yes. So that was your problem. Your problem was the White Rabbits, him catching her at the taxi. That was your problem with the ending. That ending.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still undecided. Like, I don't know. It's very.
I think it works.
Very 90s ending.
Yeah.
I mean.
But also, I think this isn't Seven, as we've talked about, and it is in so many ways a happy ending, and it's quite nice.
I don't want a depressing ending. I liked the happy way it ended. I don't know. I think it was just the very last minute where I don't know. Maybe they changed the dialogue a bit.
Do you want to have coffee with me at the airport? And this is like post 9/11, so you could literally just be with them the whole time at the airport and then just leave. Like the airport was just a shopping mall.
Oh, you mean pre 9/11?
Yeah, pre 9/11. Why did I say post?
Yeah.
this is post 9/11, where airports were famously lax on security. Which takes us into a few fun facts. And yeah, we've got some today. So David Fincher originally planned to make the game before Seven, but once Brad Pitt became available for Seven, he shelved the movie until Seven was done. Deborah Kara Unger fractured a bone in her foot and jumped into a dumpster infested with real rats while working on this film.
God.
Unfortunate for her.
That's horrible. That's horrible.
Jodie Foster was originally signed on to play the Sean Penn part.
Oh.
However, Foster changed her mind and wanted to appear as Douglas's daughter. Douglas and Fincher were very opposed to the change, so the part went to Sean Penn instead. Foster promptly sued Polygram to the tune of $54.5 million. The matter was fortunately settled out of court. Douglas, who is a personal friend of Foster, said that it didn't seem right for him to play Foster's father, given that there is only 18 years difference between the two. Ironically, Douglas has played Foster's father. He did so in the Disney film Napoleon and Samantha at the start of both of their careers.
Oh.
Right. And then obviously there's no bad blood at all, because then Panic Room's after Fight Club. And as we talked about in Mank, Foster was originally penned for Marion Davis. Yeah. David Fincher claimed in an interview in the UK film magazine Empire that there is a can of haggis in every scene of the movie. This was done as a joke because haggis is the nickname of cinematographer Harris Savides. Don't know about that. Cameo Spike Jonze is the flashlight wielding paramedic. Nice little spike there. Yes, he is. David Fincher has admitted in interviews that he's not proud of the film. He has explained that he was fighting with the executives, which was the main distributor, and his wife, Sean Cheffin, who produced the film, that he never should have made the film, citing that they couldn't get the third act. And it was my fault, because I thought if you could just keep your foot on the throttle, it would be liberating and funny. But I think it is quite darkly funny, that final moment.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Charles Martinet, the man who plays Nicholas's father, has been the official voice actor for Mario since the 90s.
Wait. So he didn't play his own dad?
Michael Douglas?
Yeah.
No. Did you think that was Michael Douglas?
Yes.
Oh my God. No, God.
The opening credits. I thought that was Michael Douglas.
Okay, there we go. This is the biggest revelation of them all. This is the game. Which takes us into tagline rundown. Jay, of these, they are literally all the same. But which one's the best?
Okay.
The game, you just lost. Yeah. It's simple. Play or be played. Next.
Players wanted. Are you ready to play? The object of the game is to discover the object of the game. What do you get for the man who has everything? Okay, that one's different. I like that one. You don't play it, it plays you. And there are no rules in the game. They are literally, everyone is the same. Just
the other one I like is the quote from the film, the object of the game.
Is to discover the object of the game. That's like Norm Macdonald when he talks about the perfect joke would be where the setup and the punchline is exactly the same. And the only way he figured it out was with like Julia Roberts and Lyle Lovett and Billy Joel and Kirsty Brinkley. And he's like, Kirsty Brinkley is divorcing, who was married to Billy Joel, is divorcing Billy Joel. She said that she found out that she realized she wanted a divorce when she realized that she was Kirsty Brinkley and she was married to Billy Joel. And that's the only way. The object of the game is to discover the object of the game. Tom's big question. Yeah. What's the best movie where Michael Douglas is in San Francisco and plays a guy named Nick? Is it this or Basic Instinct?
Well, I mean, I haven't seen Basic Instinct. And besides, yeah, that one part. Is it good? Is it a good film?
Yeah, it's great. It's like I love Basic Instinct with all my heart. Right. Like it is just like good. It's very, very 80s. Oh no, it's 90s actually. It's 90, but it's just very pulpy and very, very well written, but also then terribly written. I mean, Sharon Stone is like genuinely excellent in it. That's like just one of the finest performances of all time in my eyes. Just so dynamic and scary and sexy and thrilling and smart. Great movie. Love Basic Instinct. How much? So they look at the bill and they obviously can't tell us how much because no amount of money would be realistic. And they just go, oh God. How much money are we talking? Are we at like a couple of million?
You probably.
At least.
A lot.
At least.
A lot. Yeah.
What if he dies in the taxi?
Yeah. Then what?
Very
Would they have
serious
like
option.
paramedics?
They'd have to have paramedics. I'd like to watch a depressing, like a shitty version of the game where like it's like halfway through Truman Show where it's the TV interview with Christoph. And they show all the people that have also managed to get into the show, and it's like it's all a show, Truman. I want to see like a quick montage of in the party scene of there was this one guy, oh my God, and he died. It's like that's not funny. That's not funny. My Michael Douglas is a big my Jack Nicholson, and we talked about whether they're blanks with rigs or real bullets. I mean, there's just no way of knowing. So he has his coffee with Claire. Does he then go to Australia? Or is he just like, I'm a free man now, I'll do what I want?
Wait, do you think he had an actual coffee?
Or you think it's sex?
Yeah, I thought that was implying something else.
Oh. Yes, but it'd be like sex in a like disabled toilet in an airport.
Yeah, but they have like places to stay at airports, don't they?
Yeah, they probably do have hotels, but she probably needs her plane. Oh, she needs a plane. I've got a plane. Doom, 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 doom. Yeah, I guess it could be sex. Yeah, it is a very wry Michael Douglas smile at the end.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Well, I mean, Michael, you dog. I was going to say this is one of the only movies. This is one of the movies in like just the Michael Douglas run is ridiculous. Like so we're in starting, I think, if you go, Fatal Attraction, Wall Street, Black Rain, War of the Roses, Basic Instinct, Falling Down, American President, The Game, and then
a couple of duds in between those, but that just like hit after, well, not always hits, but great film after great film after great film. Very, very, very talented actor, and he knew exactly. Yeah, I love Michael. I love him. Everybody go read the article on the blog. Which brings us to the end of the game. Jay, you'll be joining us once more for Mank, hashtag Mank sweep. Unfortunately, hashtag Mank sweep no more. Very sad. Very sad. But yes, you will be joining us for Mank. But before then, of course, we have a good 7. We have a good 7. Well, there you go. Very clever. We have 7 excellent movies: Fight Club, Panic Room, Zodiac, Benjamin Button, Social Network, Guild the Dragon Tattoo, Gone Girl, before we get to Mank. It's a very busy February at Carruthers, Leggetter Whoever, and it's a pleasure to have you with us. And then, commencing in March, it's the second annual Quizathon. Jay, you're going to be on board for the second annual Quizathon?
I didn't know what that was, but it sounds great.
It's a quiz.
Okay.
It's just a big quiz. It's just a big quiz with all the guests.
Sounds good. Yeah, I will be there.
It's fun. It's a very exciting year ahead of us at Carruthers, I can remember. Which brings us to the end of the game. Jay, if you were to come up with a fake tagline for the game in the same vein as these terrible taglines, what would your fake tagline be?
His whole life, he's been playing others, but now he gets played himself.
Oh yeah. Also, or you know, he loves meat, but now he's gonna have to. But he never liked meat, but now he's gonna have to learn to eat game. Meat. No, that wasn't good. It wasn't good. Game. What rhymes with game?
Name.
His favorite. His entire life he didn't like ABBA, but now he's gonna learn the name of the game.
He's got a big name, but now he's gonna lose it all in the game.
In the game. Same old game old. I'm going to stop this before we go on for another hour.